Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 8:01 a.m. Go ahead.
Good morning, Aurora.
The time is now 8:01 a.m. and you are tuned in to Good Morning Aurora. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And we are here, you guys. Good morning to all of you wonderful people. It is Monday, the 5th of July, the day after the 4th. Yeah, wake it on up. Hit the claps. BTP, hit the claps. Candy Johnson, good morning. Jennifer Ryan Mayton, new friend, good morning to you too as well. Good stuff going on, and we are definitely going to talk. We got lots to talk about today. We have a special guest on the show. We have friend Grace Oland Cornell on the show with us today. How are you, Grace?
I'm doing just great.
Word up, word up. How you feeling?
Exhausted, to be honest. I was supposed to come out last summer, and I was going to stay for the entire summer, like maybe 6 or 8 weeks or longer, because I wanted to spend time with all my peeps here in Aurora. But then, of course, COVID came, and so I didn't get to come and stay the whole summer last summer. And then this year, of course, I got a job, and now I'm working, so I had to cram an entire summer's worth of visiting people and having a good time here into one weekend.
How's it feel having a job?
Good.
Cool.
I feel like I've had a lot of jobs that weren't great,
right.
And I finally have one I really like.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Oh, working for TSA maybe at the airport.
Really? What was so bad about it?
I don't want to talk about that.
Why not?
The worst job I ever had maybe wasn't that one. Then.
To all you TSA employees who are just now tuning in, you heard it here on the air that was the worst job ever from our friend Grace Oland Cornell. But no, we
appreciate all you do. You TSA people are amazing, and I respect the hell out of you because I did that job and I know how hard it is, and it's a thankless job, and those people, you know, they're really good people that work at TSA. Like I don't know, salt of the earth is kind of an old-fashioned expression. I don't know if I want to use that.
Salt of the earth is,
but
yeah, it's still okay. It's still relevant. Yeah.
Good people working at TSA. I appreciate them, and they're amazing.
All right, so check this out, you guys. We took a lot of picture and video yesterday at the parade, which we are going to highlight and show you guys today. So you guys will definitely see that. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel. If you are just now tuning in, it's Good Morning Aurora, and we are here, you guys. We have a lot of news to tell you guys about today, a whole lot. So without a further delay, let me tell you about one of the most important things that you should be knowing about. The Community Job Fair is coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, the 7th, at the Prisco Center, 150 West Illinois Avenue. It'll be from 3 to 6 p.m., hosted by State Representative Barbara Hernandez. Individuals seeking employment are invited to learn more about job opportunities at approximately 15 businesses local to Aurora. On-site interviews will be available and resumes are recommended. Shouts out to the Office of State Representative Hernandez. If you or anyone you know is in need of work, this event is for them. So yeah, we got jobs here in Aurora as well. So I saw a lot of you guys yesterday out and about at the parade. That was cool. I saw and met in person Jennifer Ryan Mayton. That was awesome. And now Jennifer Ryan Mayton and I are friends. Very cool. Saw some more of our friends, saw Amanda out there, saw just so many of you guys. So great checking in. Even saw some GMA t-shirts out there over the weekend as well. I was watching the fireworks on the bridge, and a young guy walked up, and he was walking past with his girlfriend. It looked all cute, holding hands and all that. And he had on the Good Morning Aurora shirt. So I completely bum rushed his nice moment to get a picture with him. Yeah, so shouts out to the awkward moment that was. That was a lot of fun, though.
All right. I got recognized at the farmer's market.
Good.
By the way,
That's right.
We were talking to somebody, and then I said something. He's like, "Wait, are you PTP?" I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, listen every day. He says,
Good stuff. So yeah, we had a really great time out there, and it was really positive stuff going on. Were you at the parade?
I was. Okay, so I'm from Aurora. I was born and raised on the east side, and then moved to the west side, went to high school at West, and I've lived here my whole life. And then I moved to Arizona not because I don't love Aurora. I love Aurora, and I wish I could stay here year round, but I had to move somewhere where there wasn't winter. I don't do cold very well. So anyway, I moved to Arizona. It's hot all the time there, and that's fine with me.
Every day.
Yes.
Every day.
And I came back this weekend, and I spent most of the weekend walking around downtown Aurora and doing all the events. We went to the farmer's market. We went to the parade. And I had so much fun. It's amazing. The city is so beautiful. And even though I lived here my entire life, I feel like I only just saw it for the first time now.
How much has Aurora changed in the time you've been gone and then coming back?
Quite a bit. I mean, we've got River Edge Park now, and I feel like Aurora has just gotten so beautiful downtown. Every time I come here, it's like even more beautiful than the time before.
Nice.
And everything is all made for us to be here and enjoy it.
Alyssa Ocone is here. Good morning, Alyssa Ocone, you dear friend and wonderful person, you. Oh man, all of our friends are checking in this morning. Good morning to Diesel as well. Shouts out to you, my brother, and shouts out to Norma Peterson, probably on the YouTube. Okay, Rachel Steffens Wilson is here. Good morning to you as
Rachel.
well, Rachel. Good morning. Okay, so the time is now 8:07 a.m. As promised, I have more news than I can stand, and you guys need to hear about all of this great stuff. Get ready for Aurora Township Foundation and the Senior and Youth Services Phase Pork Chop Barbecue Fundraiser. That'll be taking place Monday, August 9th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. $15 per dinner, drive-through or carry-out only, at 313 Gale Street in Aurora. Hold on. When you mess up, you gotta take a sip of coffee. Hold on. Sip it. Everybody. Everybody. Yes.
Everybody.
Grace, let's do it. All y'all. Funds go towards youth scholarships in Aurora. Shouts out to our friends of Aurora Township. Kane County, Illinois, served since 1849. Holy cow. All right. Also, coming back to Aurora downtown is Wednesdays at the Plaza.
Ooh.
You ever been here for those?
I don't think so.
All right. So on Stolp, that gazebo right there. Free summer concerts. On the 14th of this month, we have Maribel Skipworth. The 21st, the WDCB Jazz with Chris Green. The 28th, the Darling Sons. The Heavy Lifting on August 4th. And on August the 11th, the Aurora Latin Band. Concerts start at 7 p.m. And that's at Millennium Plaza on Stolp Avenue. Shouts out to Aurora downtown for this great information. So you live in Tempe, Arizona.
I actually work for Tempe, Arizona now.
Oh.
I got the job with the city of Tempe that I wanted.
Oh, snap. What's the job? What do you do?
I work in office admin.
Office admin. Okay.
For the police.
Oh, shouts out. We have a police job here in Illinois that we got to shout out to as well. What's it like?
It's amazing. The people are actually really, everybody's really nice in the office, and the police officers are great. I don't see them too often because, they're out doing their jobs. But when they do come into the office, they're always really friendly, and I think I put like a little snack tray on the desk in case they get hungry or whatever. So.
Oh, employee of the month, girl. Hell yeah. So now, it's your dream job, you said? Or you always want that job?
I don't know if, yes. I've had a lot of jobs, like I said, that were not always
wonderful.
It's hard to find that job that's just the right, perfect job for you. But I think I really like it. I like doing the office admin. I'm good at that stuff. And the people I work with are all really lovely, wonderful, nice, good people. And
nice.
I like it.
Good stuff. Okay, Jeanette is here and she brought coffee for her friend Grace.
Hey, Aurora! Good morning, Jeanette.
Okay, this one's yours.
So we talked a little bit about Tempe, and we also have a shout out as well, which we will get to. Now, you got your associates from Obanzi, so you are Aurora born and bred, as talked about.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a preemptive question.
Oh.
Any plans on perhaps, maybe, could happen, not out of the realm of possibility, ever moving back to Aurora ever?
You didn't. I'll just see it, Aurora. But I just listened in really close. I just leaned in.
She's getting all excited.
I'm all excited.
That maybe. I would love to. ...
right now.
But realistically, I can't be here for winter. So ideally, what I would want to do is be a snowbird. So I don't know if you guys know what snowbirds are, but it's people who live in cold places like Chicago, the Midwest, up Northeast coast or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they have two homes, one up in their cold area and then one down in Arizona where they come for the to get away from winter.
Right.
So in Arizona, I feel like half the population in Arizona is snowbirds. People come particularly from the Chicago area, because of course the Cubs play baseball spring training in Phoenix and Tempe. And Cubs games are expensive, but you can go to their spring training games for relatively cheap considering. So a lot of Chicago people have homes in that Phoenix Tempe area near the Cubs stadium there, and they have their snowbirds. They go down there, which is awesome because all of those rich Chicago people coming down to Phoenix Tempe means they bring their food with them, because as you know, food is the most important to us here in the Midwest.
And it's nowhere near as good in Arizona. I mean, Arizona got some joints, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. The food here is just so good. You can't even compare it to any. It's just so good. So I'm glad.
She has eaten at East China Inn every day since she has been here.
Hey,
on Montgomery Road?
East China Inn in North Aurora.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah.
Tracy Duran, good morning to you, you dear friend, you. Tracy Duran, friend of the show. Tracy, we chopped it up about you, and I got to meet Vicky yesterday and her husband. Wonderful people. Her husband is also a Navy veteran. We chopped it up inside of the GAR Hall. It was a good time. So if your ears were ringing yesterday, Tracy Duran, they were ringing with the bells of purpose. The time is now 8:12 a.m. Okay, more news, you guys. Coming up next, do not forget that the Aurora, annual Triad Picnic for seniors is still happening. And that's going to be taking place in conjunction with our friends at the Fox Valley Park District, Kane County Sheriff's Office, Township, Southeast Kane County Triad, and Senior Services Associates. So it'll be Tuesday, August 10th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The cost, ladies and gentlemen, is a whopping $3. Ooh. So no matter how broke your boyfriend is, there is no. Well, he'd have to be a senior. There's no reason why you should not be there.
It's like the senior discount for everybody.
Exactly. It'll be at Phillips. Hold on. Guys, I don't know what the hell. It's too many P's right here. Participating at Phillips Park Pavilion at 1000 Gray Moses Drive here in Aurora. Seniors can register online or in person at any Fox Valley Community Center by August 1st. To register online, use code 112007-01. Register by phone with Senior Services Associates at 630-897-4035. That number again is 630-897-4035. All right.
Can I just give a shout out to Senior Service Associates? Because if you are a young person, you may have never been in their community centers and things like that, but they provide a wealth of services to our seniors. They're really on mission with the name. Everything from socialization, so you can go and play bingo and talk to people and meet all the other old folks and get your. I assume there's an awful lot of old people flirting, which makes me so happy. But because when I tell you when I am older, I am so excited to just. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
When you're older?
Yeah.
Flirt with the boys.
Yes. Yeah. Look, nursing homes.
When you're older, sure.
No, nursing homes are going to be so convenient for me. It'll be like living in a dorm again. Know. Anyway. But also, so social events, but also they do a lot of connecting you, casework style work, connecting you to all of the programs and services, that you are eligible for as an older senior who may not have access to a lot of funds and things like that. So they can help you with housing, they can help you with food, so if you are a senior or are a caretaker for a senior and you are not connected with Senior Service Associates, definitely go look them up.
Very good information for our friends who are seniors. And we have a lot of seniors who listen to our show. As a matter of fact, I met one just the other day outside of the venue. All right, jobs, you guys. I have to tell you, I already told you, but keep this in mind. There are two great organizations that are hiring. One is the police department. Right now, APD is hiring for an executive secretary of OPS and training. OPS is the Office of Professional Standards and Training in the police department. Under general direction, you perform highly responsible and confidential secretarial duties to the police department's OPS and training division. You assist in performing both technical and complex duties. You must pass a pre-hire requirement, including but not limited to a physical, drug screen, and a background check. The position requires a high school diploma or equivalent and 3 years previous clerical and or executive support experience. Now listen to me very carefully. I need one of y'all to apply for this job. I just do. If you are one of our friends of the show, I need you to get that job, then holla back. The time is now 8:17. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys to check that out. And the next position that we have is with the Community Foundation. They have 2 open positions, actually. They have a full-time scholarship program manager and a part-time administrative assistant that they're looking for. A great organization, and shouts out to these wonderful people as well. All right, so Morgan Pascal
is I really hope listening this morning.
Has a cat named Salem that we would also like to shout out. So good morning and a shout out all the way from Illinois to Morgan Pascal and a cat named Salem. Oh. Greg Zilioli is here. Good morning, Greg. And Aisha Saxon. Hit the claps for Aisha Saxon. She is... Aisha, I saw your pictures yesterday. Aisha. They look really cool. Okay, now, before we move on, let's talk some more with our guest, Grace Oland Cornell. Mm-hmm. Travel braids. What are those?
When you're traveling, you don't want your hair to get all messy and tangly and caught in the airplane in your backpack that you're putting on and off. So
caught in the airplane.
Or in your... Well, you're like trying to sleep on the airplane, so you're like leaning your head.
Oh! Girl, I thought you meant like in the engine or the propellers. Yeah. Like, how are you getting your hair stuck in the propeller? Like,
So what you do is you put your hair in, well, I do pigtail braids, but some people prefer other kinds of braids.
Right.
So if your hair is neatly braided tight, then you can travel, basically go the whole weekend in braids. Oh, and if you're like driving in your dad's convertible, thank you, Dad, for the convertible for the weekend. It's been amazing. I guess shout out to my dad, Glenn Oland.
Shout out to Glenn.
Glenn Oland. Good morning to you, sir. Is it 2 ends?
No.
1 end? Okay.
And he, I don't know, maybe you guys watched his show? He did a public access show for Aurora many years back now, where he did a cooking show on TV.
What was it called?
It was the Margaritaville. What's the Jimmy Buffett one? Cheeseburgers in Paradise?
Cheeseburgers in Paradise?
I don't remember if that was the name of the show, but that was the theme song. He would play the song, and then he would do the cooking show, and it was playing on public access Aurora TV. So,
like pre-YouTube cooking shows, which we are now addicted to in our house. Yeah. There was Glenn, and Glenn cooked food. And
interesting. I gotta look that up.
Excellent cook. Yeah, it's probably deep. There are probably CDs or recordings or whatever deep in the bowels of the ACTV studio.
Right.
When we shoot back there.
All right. Matthew Mayton has to get a specific shout out today. Matthew Mayton is a wonderful young man, a dedicated youngster, and he was on the float with the mayor amongst other high school graduates yesterday. So shouts out to Matthew Mayton. Good job, young man. That is a very, very great thing. He's a good kid.
That's right. Are we doing a review of the parade? Because I thought it was a really good parade.
I loved the parade.
The parade was good. The parade was very good. We got a lot of news. We'll probably get to that.
All right, fine. Okay. Get to your news.
Now, the next piece of news is quite important to you guys, and you have to continue to take part in what's going on in our community. A mobile food pantry will be held by Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry from 6 to 8 p.m. this Friday in the parking lot of the former Carson Perry Scott store, 970 North Lake Street in Aurora. Pantry volunteers will load bags of free food and other items into guest vehicles. Food for 200 families will be available on a first-come basis. Items to be distributed include granola bars, fruits and vegetables, peanut butter, pasta sauce, Yeah, like why would you give somebody pasta without the sauce? Eggs, ground beef, cereal, applesauce, apple juice, and boxed dinners. Interfaith partners with the Fox Valley Park District, Calvary Church of Naperville, and Blessings in a Backpack of Chicago to provide free groceries and other items to local families at the pop-ups. Very cool. Very cool. And our friends at Harry B's Dog Parlor have an awesome party on the 25th of July, which is Sunday. Food, cars, and really cool people. It'll be a great gathering. And that's going to be from noon to 5 p.m. Swing by 215 West Galena Boulevard and help celebrate the 3-year anniversary of our friends and their great business. I almost said business. All right. So where were you at yesterday?
Yesterday.
At the parade?
Yes. So actually, I started the day in Ottawa. We had partied the night before at a friend's house in Ottawa, Rachel.
Ottawa.
And so...
If you haven't swung by Ottawa in a while, it's a long drive, but a cute downtown.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we... Brent and I were driving back from Ottawa in the convertible here. It was beautiful, actually. A really beautiful morning drive. So we drove back here to get to the parade. And we walked down to the parade, and it was a really good parade. I haven't been to a parade maybe since I was a little kid, and I especially liked going with Jeanette here because Jeanette was able to explain the parade to me. So every different group that came by, I'm like, Jeanette, who are these people? What do they do? And she would go on a Jeanette explanation of what that group was and how they provided for the community. And why they were important to the community and why they were, why they were part of the parade and what they do.
Yeah, every parade, every community, their parades, like, you'd think they'd all be the same, but truly, like, you really see the vibe of the community in the parade. Like, the Glen Ellen 4th of July parade does not look the same as the Aurora 4th of July parade. It's just, it's a much different thing, right? Some of them will be much more heavily skewed towards all the cheerleaders in town, right? And some of them are like, and all the political groups, like, the Glen Ellen parade is a feast for the red, white, and blue senses. It's intense in that regard. But what's, and probably one of the best 4th of July parades I've ever seen was the Anderson, Indiana 4th of July parade, which by best I mean weirdest, I think. It happens at midnight. It's the midnight parade, and it's a lot of car clubs and school like performances and stuff like that, but it happens at midnight. It's the first parade in the country. But like, the cool thing about Aurora's 4th of July parade is that it's so many, like, you can see all of the nonprofit organizations and the government organizations and all of that. Like, there's so many groups that contribute to making this community, like, awesome and caring for each other, and that I thought really came out in the parade yesterday.
Good stuff.
Kudos to special events, because I know it was a condensed schedule. Right, for them to plan everything, because of the pandemic and the, like, are we doing this, are we not doing this? I thought they pulled it off.
Ray Hull is here. Good morning, Ray Hull, dear friend of the show. And Tracy Duran tells us, that's awesome. She missed out going to the GAR opening. Her daughter and herself were dropping off cookies to APD. I saw that, Tracy Duran. Very cool. You took some cookies to our great people. And Jennifer Ryan Maiden says, yay, he's laughing. Matt, good morning, my brother. And Brooke Shanley. Hit the claps for Brooke Shanley. Yes. Brooke, I saw you yesterday. And I waved at you. But I don't think you saw her, brother. But that's all good. I waved at you. I waved at Greg Ellsbury. If he's up and awoke right now. I waved at you too, Renee Cruz. Our great judge, but I don't think you saw our brother, but that's okay because I got you all looking great on a video that we're going to drop just later on today. Okay, más noticias. That means more news. All right. So, right, I'm getting there. We're getting there. All right. Imagine, if you will, art and science, physics and music. That's exactly what's taking place at Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory. Created just last year, the Guest Composer Program is an exciting initiative through the Fermilab Arts and Lecture Series. This unique initiative allows composers to interpret science through music. This year, Mr. David Biedenbender has been selected as 2021 to 2022 Guest Composer. Mr. Biedenbender is a professor of composition at Michigan State University His 2016 work, Flux, was to sonify the concept known as rate of flow. In 2017, he then composed Cyclotron, an impressive wind ensemble piece. Its inspiration came from MSU's particle accelerator at the National Superconducting Cyclotron Laboratory. No, none of you can say that 3 times fast. Stay tuned for the date and get to know more about the arts and lecture series at Fermilab by clicking the link which we've already provided to you in the chat.
Okay,
this will be
so
enlightening
cool.
and fun.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and that is so cool. So if you've never been to a Fermilab arts and so whatever, arts and science thing, they're really fun and always wholly entertaining. Even if you don't get the sciencey stuff, which they do like explain to you usually. They used to do this thing called the physics slam. I think they probably still do it, where like the brain, like geniuses of Fermilab explain to you like these really complex ideas in physics in a way that is digestible / really entertaining.
That sounds amazing.
It really is. Sometime. I know, and it makes you feel really smart. Like dumb compared to like the physics guys, but then like smarter compared to like anyone who doesn't know anything beyond what we learned in like high school physics
it makes you
class.
feel like you learned something.
Like you learned something,
okay.
Right? It's a good way to while away an evening.
Brooke got her shirt. Congratulations, my sister. And the time is now 8:27. So Grace, how much longer are you here with us for?
I'm leaving today. I'm flying back.
Really?
Yeah. After the parade, we actually walked around downtown Aurora and we went to the Society 57. I want to shout out to those girls there who make the good breakfast sandwiches that I love, and also supply Jeanette with coffee every morning, apparently.
Yes. This is Treadwell Coffee this morning, so shout out to Treadwell. Society 57 opens a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we also saw those, I guess they're called the Isaac Squared swimming stones.
Oh, yeah. Yep, those rotating stones outside of SciTech.
Yeah, and there's like water spraying out from them, and me and the kids like played in the water, splashed around and had fun. But I think it's amazing because I guess I never noticed how everything here is green and like there's so much water and greenery.
Right. And
after living in Arizona for 5 years, I came back here and I was like, everything's so green and there's just water everywhere.
I've been to Mesa and it's like...
Yeah, Mesa's next door to Tempe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought it was so fun to just be able to like play and splash around in the water and the river and all the plants and greenery. And you guys have that little garden down on Water Street Mall, and there was I guess there was like a little pollinator garden with like that was designed for birds and butterflies
and the pollinator gardens that are right along the on the
Water Street Mall,
like right by the alderman's office, like before you hit Mundy Park, and then you hit Mundy Park.
Yeah,
you probably didn't even notice because there's just flowers and plants everywhere.
Yeah.
Why would normally grow
this
in
is
Illinois?
Weird.
Yeah, and then so there's just like another separate, also more and more plants and flowers everywhere. Mm-hmm. And so you didn't notice they were different than the other ones, but they're designed for the bees and the hummingbirds and the pollinators, so I thought that was cute.
Good morning, Mark. Mr. Hogan is here, proprietor of the best bar in town, Tavern on Broadway. Good morning to you, sir. So I saw Mark and his great son Patrick outside of the GAR. They were walking their dog yesterday. That was really cool. And a brother was posted up doing my thing, and I saw more and more friends. So good morning to you, Mark. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. The time is now 8:30 a.m. Okay. So, más noticias, more news. Our friends of the Fox Valley United Way are having their very first Halloween Hustle 5K and 1 mile fun walk. This is a great fundraising event, the proceeds of which will ensure financial support for our children. The date will take place on the 17th of October, 9 a.m. at Phillips Park. Sponsorships are available and registration is required. There is a link which I will put in the chat for you guys to take part in this wonderful initiative. That's the word of the day, initiative. Next up, the 20th annual Aurora East Education Foundation AEEF Benefit Golf Outing, a fundraiser for scholarships and faculty projects, will be held Thursday the 15th of this month at Phillips Park Golf Course. 1001 Hill Avenue in Aurora. The public is invited. The schedule is 11 a.m. Registration is at noon. A box lunch at 12:30 p.m. Shotgun scramble start at 5 p.m. Dinner and awards at 5:30 p.m. The purpose of the event is to raise funds for many grants to support student scholarships and education-focused projects by faculty. The AEEF distributed $1,000 scholarships to 18 East High seniors last spring and plans many grants. Wow. I wonder who wrote this. To teachers and staff this fall. Included in the entry fee are 18 holes of golf with cart, gift package, box lunch, refreshments, social hour, dinner, and prizes. Fees are $140 for individuals and $500 for foursomes. Sponsorships are available for $250, $750, $500, $1,000, and $1,200. Dinner is only $35. Registration is limited to 124 golfers, and the deadline to register is the 12th of this month. For a brochure and registration form, stay tuned. The time is now 8:32 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. If you're just joining us, we're sitting down with friend of the show, Grace Oland Cornell. Carol King DeSantis is here. Good morning, Carol. Good to see you, dear friend. She is a resident of Tempe, Arizona, but an Auroran.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, you.
No,
That's
not
you.
Carol King.
Oh, me.
You're the one
Yeah.
who lives in Tempe now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The heat has scrambled your brain.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what are you looking forward to getting back to out there in AZ?
The sunshine. That's what there is.
You had it all weekend here, though.
Yeah, during the summer.
Ah.
Yeah, it's actually been beautiful here. It
Good
was a
one.
lovely weekend. I just, I'd like to stay here all summer long, but I gotta get back. So
Right.
my husband's back in Arizona. I should probably say I want to get back to him and my cat.
Shout out to Robbie Rob.
Robbie?
Robbie Rob.
That's just what Jeanette calls him.
That's yeah.
It's that's what we call him here in Aurora. But most people just call him Robert.
He's the Rob so nice we named him twice.
Robbie Rob.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, my husband Robert. He's the best. I love him so much.
And your cat? What's your cat's name?
Pumpkin,
Pumpkin.
but she's not orange. She was just named Pumpkin. Let me tell you about Pumpkin because I love talking about my cat.
Okay. Okay.
So, she lived outside, but she was not like the other strays. There's a lot of strays outside in the Phoenix area, stray cats, but she wasn't like the other ones. The other ones were all scaredy cats that ran away, and she was a sweetheart, and the whole neighborhood knows Pumpkin because she's a lovely cat, and she's just a sweetheart. Not like some cats are mean. You know, I get it. Some people don't like cats, but my cat is nice. And for a while there was a Gino's East Pizza, but sadly it went out of business. I don't think Arizonans understand the concept of a deep dish Chicago style pizza that takes 40 minutes to cook.
Right.
I don't think they got it. And also, you don't want to eat such heavy, like rich foods because it's hot. They eat a lot of lighter food. There's There's this restaurant called Salad and Go that's just everywhere because everybody just eats Salad and Go.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was I saying? My cat.
Yeah.
So
Pumpkin.
she lived outside, and I would cook. I got there around Thanksgiving time, you know? So I was cooking turkey all the time. So this cat would just come inside, and I would give her some turkey. And she was like, I like it here. I think I live here now. And I found out her backstory from some of the neighbor kids. They told me her name is Pumpkin, and that she used to live with another family that lived in that apartment complex, but they left and abandoned her.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know who would abandon such a sweet cat, but we took her in, and she loves us, and,
She loves turkey.
we took her in. She chose to come live with me. You know how cats choose you don't choose them. So she was like, I live here now. You seem nice, and you give me fresh poultry, and
I saw that look.
What a
I saw
hookup.
are you not a cat lover?
No.
Our illustrious host?
No, I'm not a cat person. But I love animals.
Yeah.
And I find it, you talk about the people who abandon animals and all that. I think that's terrible.
Well, I don't know.
They move out or something like that and they just leave the animal to roam.
I don't want to judge because I don't know what the situation was. I think maybe it was a bad divorce or something, and they had to leave suddenly and couldn't take the cat, and she probably got scared and ran outside, and they couldn't find her, and they had no choice, you know?
Right.
I'm sure no one would willingly leave that precious cat.
It's a pretty good cat.
We would hope that nobody would willingly leave
Right,
the cat.
right. And also, I feel like she must have come from a broken home because she gets really upset when people, we don't, yell at each other, but if you even raise your, raised voices, she gets very concerned, and she comes in and she goes, meow, don't fight mommy and daddy. And like, we don't even fight. We're just like, we're just
loud.
like,
They're just loud.
yeah, we're like talking and like bickering. Like, married couples bicker about dumb stuff sometimes, but she gets so upset. She's like, please don't fight. I don't need you guys to break up and abandon me like my previous family. And so she like mediates the fight, because then we're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Pumpkin. We weren't fighting. We love each other and we love you. Like, we're not fighting. It's okay. And so
Pumpkin has helped your relationship.
oh, our relationship is fabulous anyway. But Pumpkin's the best. So we're just like a little happy family. Rob and I we have like the best marriage. We're so happy. And I'm not just saying that. You know how people like post stuff on social media to make it look like things are going well, but like.
But you know it's all crumbling underneath the surface, and it's like the happy post. Look at us on vacation!
Yeah, maybe I'm the opposite of that. I like talk a lot of trash, but the truth is it's actually wonderful.
Marriage can work, people.
Yes.
All right. The time is now 8:37. Mas noticias. Something as important as the last thing I told you about. Oh, that reminds me. The link for the AEEF golf outing is in the chat for you guys. Please take part in that.
Support
all right.
the kids. They need the scholarships.
Support them. The Youth Fishing Derby. More kid stuff. That's going to be Saturday the 10th. Jericho Lake and Aurora. Fishing poles will be available if needed. Food, prizes, and fishing. All skill levels are welcome. This event is brought to us by the Fox Valley Park District and many great sponsors. Please share the information and come on out for some fun. Registration is required. You can do so with the link that I am going to provide to you here momentarily. All right. Also, something else that came across our wonderful desk. You can host an employee vaccination event.
Nice.
Did you know that VNA Healthcare offers COVID-19 vaccination services in the workplace? Large and small events are welcome for vaccinations. 1 dose Johnson & Johnson and 2 dose Pfizer or Moderna. To book a free vaccination event or ask questions, call 630-892-4355, extension 8653. That number again is 630-892-4355, extension 8653. Shouts out to VNA. They had a float in yesterday's parade. That was really cool.
They did.
All right. Now,
they were handing out sunscreen too.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they were doing?
They were handing out little sunscreen tubes, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
Sunscreen, people. Sunscreen and water. Sunscreen and water. That's how this
Protect your
stays
skin.
intact, right?
That's how Jeanette still looks 25.
That's right.
All right. Now
26.
our
26.
Our friends of the Aurora Rapid Response Team as well. Educate, advocate, investigate. Community learning space, know your rights training. That's July the 10th from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Registration is required for that. We've had the link to that in our previous post. I will dig that link up for you guys so that you can have it and take part in that. Shouts out to our dear friend Sandra Gonzalez of the Aurora Rapid Response Team. The team does a lot of great work. They've advocated for many things that are beneficial to our communities, especially our undocumented residents. So shouts out to them and all the hard work that they do. Okay, so now I want to take a brief moment here. The time is now 8:40 a.m. Oh wait, hold on. Busy.
I keep forgetting we're on
News.
the screen.
L News. All right. Savannah Crooks, a West Aurora student, this year will be her 10th year of having her lemonade stand and will be donating the money raised to the Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry. This might be her last year since she will be starting her senior year this fall and be going to college next year. The last 7 years, all the donations have gone to the Marie Wilkinson Food Pantry. Last year, $2,500 was donated. Savannah would love to beat that goal this year, so please try and stop by. Times have been rough for everyone, but even if you drop off $1 along with everyone else's donation, it adds up. The food pantry gets $8 for one buying power with their money, so it all goes a long way. The food pantry has done a lot for people through COVID, and we are sure that they could use some restocking. Let's all pull together July 8th, 9th, and 10th. Good morning to Yvonne and James and Jake. I'll text you guys after the show. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., 233 South Elmwood Drive here in Aurora. And good morning, Norma Peterson, GAMS, the Great American Morning Show. All right, that is very, very good. So, all of you guys out there, let us know in the chat, what was your favorite float yesterday? Ooh. What float or what group or what section did you really like? Let us know in the chat. I will tell you what my favorite was. I liked seeing, I think it was the Park District, they had the truck full of plants.
I liked that too.
That was pretty dope. That was pretty cool to see like this big thing full of just greenery. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That was Monday. That's right.
Yeah, that was Monday. They do they do a ton of landscaping in the area. So they've been around for like over 50 years.
Yep.
Contract with all sorts of places around here. So a lot of this greenery that our guest Grace has admired so much since she's been here, because we don't have plants in Arizona.
Well, they have like stabby cactuses.
Yeah, they have cactuses.
And,
that's like
and prickly bushes.
Yeah.
All of the plants in Arizona want to kill you. Here in Illinois, the plants don't want to kill you. And you can buy them from Monday Landscaping.
I feel like we're generalizing. We keep saying Arizona, but you have to remember there's different parts of Arizona.
The Southwest.
There's the hot part and then the hotter part.
No, I live in the hot part, the desert for sure. But everybody in Arizona will remind you that it's not all hot. There's mountains up north, like Flagstaff and Prescott.
I've been
those
in the
areas
mountains.
they do have plants, they have greenery, they have mountains. Yep. It's cooler.
Got my yoga certification up there.
I feel like a lot of people who live down in the desert area have like another house or like vacation trailer or home or whatever up north in the mountains, so they can escape to the mountains when it gets too hot.
Sure.
Jennifer Ryan Mayton tells us that the ballet folklorico dancers and horses and the graduation float featuring her son, of course.
Sure.
That was really cool to see. Yes, you're right, Jennifer. So it was 2018 when the mayor rode a horse. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that was very impressive to see that as well. And yeah, right.
What, Brent?
and the horses were from La Quinta. So shouts out to La Quinta as well.
And 2 special events for putting them at the end of the parade.
Yep.
Oh,
that was really good.
Smart.
Yes, people don't realize what goes into the logistics of a parade. Y'all just don't like show up. There's like a whole staging thing and a lot of thought that goes into splitting up the groups properly, right? So you don't put all the like marching bands and loud music all next to each other, and then you got to put the horses at the end, for the because like the
you don't want everyone else stepping in it.
No, and then you got to wait until the whole parade clears before the street sweeper comes, because otherwise it's a problem.
All right, now our other friend, Tracy Duran tells us that she has to say the 1921 Stutz fire engine from the Aurora Regional Fire Museum plus the horses from La Quinta.
Sure.
So apparently the horses from La Quinta are some winners.
They're popular.
They did that little horse dance thing. The horses do a little dance. It was cute.
It was cute.
All right. Now our friend Eric Pry, he got a great accommodation yesterday by the city of Aurora. It was well deserved. He is a great individual. He's a curator of the GAR. That was good to see. Shout out to him. He's getting married soon as well. That's going to be some good stuff. Can't wait for that. And yeah, shout out to him and Mr. Mike Collins and the whole GAR board. Norma Peterson says, was part of the parade committee for 5+ years. It's months of work and meetings.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, guys.
Normal.
It doesn't just happen. We don't just all show up.
Right.
Right. I feel like there's a lot of planning that goes into doing all the stuff for the city, and people don't realize
there is. And then, the thing about 4th of July, too, is that the city does, we do the parade and then also the fireworks. So it's like a double header for the special events crew, right? Like,
shout out to Mike Nelson.
Shout out to Mikey.
Great job yesterday. All right. Now I also saw, I think, if he's listening, Kane County Sheriff's Deputy Demeter was the one driving the Kane County Deputy vehicle yesterday in the parade. And if that was you, sir, happy birthday.
No.
All right. The time is now 8:46 a.m. Bubba Thornton is here. Good morning, Bubba Thornton. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us and tuning in.
I have to say my favorite was the Indian American Outreach Board.
That was a great
They were like, I mean, you had to wait for them to like get, you know, like there was a little bit of a gap because they were just doing their thing and they wanted to do their thing and their thing was amazing with the drums and the dancing and the whole bit. Man, they were bringing the party.
I feel like they weren't the only ones dancing. There were a lot of dancers.
There were a lot
there.
of dancers.
There was cheerleaders, the West Aurora. There was a West Aurora band, and then there was cheerleaders.
The band was
Simply
there?
Destiny.
Okay, yeah.
Then there was...
There were a couple of other groups that were dancing randomly. Though.
Yes, well, yeah.
You said there were some kind of dance clubs.
There were
or something?
several dance
Mm-hmm.
clubs. Yeah. AKA was there. Fusion is there.
That's who it is.
Yes,
AKA Dance.
Yeah, plenty of them. So again, we're this is a city that brings the party.
Yeah,
That's
I was very entertained for sure by the parade.
Excellent.
It was really fun to see all the different groups of people and you know the organization of the dancing and the fact that they must have worked so hard on all that dancing. I mean, how much are they going to practice that, or you know?
Right.
I don't think I've ever been that disciplined in anything.
And then practicing in a studio and then doing it the day
on
of
the street on a hot day. Yeah.
So because they're dancing while they're moving, do they have to like dance and move like for practice? Do they have to like kind of like, okay, now you're gonna, because I don't know, I feel like dance is already moving obviously, but you have to like walk.
You have to move forward.
Pace, yeah.
There's a study of it called choreography.
Oh.
Which makes them do that over and 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 over, so that on the day of, hopefully, there's no mess ups.
You're right.
The time is now 8:48 a.m. The bookmobile.
I loved that when I was a kid.
I never knew a bookmobile existed until I was like 35 years old. It was in the parade yesterday, and they have a summer schedule, which I'd like to tell all of you wonderful people. Mondays they'll be at Arrowwood Park, Colorado Avenue and Commonwealth, outdoor story time. Tuesdays, Brook Elementary, 2700 Stonebridge Boulevard, and Alden Gardens, of Waterford. Wednesdays, they have new stops. Senior Services Associates, 2111 Plum Street, and Covey at Fox Valley Apartments, outdoor story time. Thursdays, they'll be at St. Paul Lutheran Church and School, 85 South Constitution, and Church Road and Edison Avenue from 2 to 3. Fridays, they have a new stop at the Prisco Community Center, which is 150 West Illinois Avenue. That's where we told you to go get jobs on this Wednesday. And Saturdays are at the Farmers Market, 65 South Butterfield Park, which is DuPage Parkway and White Barn Road, and the Savannah Subdivision, Savannah Drive and Flagstone Lane. The bookmobile visits each and every one of those stops. Visit them today for movies, books, and even more. For more information, call 630-723-2705. Shouts out to our wonderful friends of the Aurora Public Library.
Yes.
You read books?
Not so much these days, but when I was a kid, I loved reading books. I feel like I went to the library every chance I could. I remember when I was really little and I was like too young to really get my own library card. I don't know how old you have to be to get a library card, but I would steal my dad's wallet and instead of taking like money out of it, I would steal his library card so I could go get books.
What's the best book you ever read?
I don't know.
What's a really good one?
The Bible, I guess.
It's all right.
The time is now 8:50. All right. So last thing before we go, rent assistance, you guys. Do not forget. This is probably the most, with the exception of the job for Office of Professional Standards and Training with the police department, which I need one of you to get that job.
That's right. We need somebody on the inside.
We need that. Get that job. Tell them that you just saw it on the internet. You don't know where you heard the shit. Somebody got to get that job, yo. I need you to get that job. Listen, besides that, the Neighbor Project, IDA, the Illinois Housing Development Agency currently has a rent assistance program that's open to anyone who is currently behind on rent. This is a tenant-led initiative. If you or someone you know is behind on rent, the state will pay you your back rent, and then they also have what's called prospective rent. If you are predicting hardship for up to 3 months, you can also receive funds for that. The application portal ends the 18th of this month at midnight. Contact the Neighbor Project, 906-9400. They have Spanish-speaking counselors as well, and this phase of the ILRPP is once again initiated by you, the tenant. Awesome. All right, so before we go, what do you want to tell people about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Just try to enjoy life and don't work too hard.
I agree.
And because you don't enjoy it, if you're working too hard, you don't have time to really appreciate life, I feel like. And try to be a better person all the time. Nobody's perfect, but if we're always trying to do better,
right,
that's important, I think.
I think that yesterday there was the pandemic, everything closed up, stuff started opening up and happening. People were out and about before yesterday, but I think that parade really put a nice layer of happiness over this city. Yeah. I think it kind of did a lot to wash. I think people were able to almost forget that there was.
It's not only that.
You think it was our "we're back" moment?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
But it's not just that. I think it's to the point where after everything that's happened, we might have taken this all for granted before, but now you can appreciate it so much more. I enjoyed the parade. We went to the farmers market the other day, and I've been to the farmers market before, but it wasn't. Now it just feels like this is all so enriching. Every experience is so significant now because we know that we were without it for so long.
We never took the cheese people for granted.
No, the cheese people.
It's even...
Yes, I wanted to say about the farmers market and the cheese people. The cheese is amazing. It's fantastic. I love cheese.
That's the name of the business? The cheese people?
So glad to be back here to get cheese. But if you are traveling, do not get the soft cheeses. You have to get firm or semi-firm because the soft cheeses are considered like a liquid or gel if you're getting on the airplane.
Right.
So they won't let you take them on the plane. I think you can check anything in a check bag, right? But you can't bring your soft cheese on the plane with you. So
you want to, if you're snacking on cheese on the plane,
get the firm or semi.
If you're that person, which Grace unabashedly is, your Parmesans, fine.
Cheddar's
okay.
Gouda,
yeah. Good.
Gouda's, it's a semi-firm, but it's firm enough they'll let you bring it on the plane.
Really?
Yeah, but the brie,
no brie, sorry.
No. That's the spreadable joint, right?
Yeah, the ones that are gooey and spreadable.
By the way, the apricot brie here, at the cheese people, man, perfect.
Michael
used to call it divorce cheese.
Why did you call it divorce cheese?
Because of that fight you got into with Robbie Rod that one time when he ate the last of your apricot brie.
It wasn't apricot brie.
It wasn't the apricot brie?
No.
Nah, the apricot brie is my favorite.
That was the one you got into a fight with.
Oh, right.
Michael Ely is here. Good morning, Mr. Ely. Good to see you, brother. And Norma Peterson says that she started at the farmer's market and continued the community feeling with the parade. Norma, what was your favorite float? Let us know before we end. The time is 8:55 a.m. All right. So, first of all, I hope that you have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
I do. And I wish you and Rob and
he said referring to his notes.
Pumpkin.
Yes.
And Salem and Morgan Pascal.
Yes.
All enjoy yourselves out there in beautiful Arizona.
Thank you.
I do. I still have a friend in Mesa, so if I ever go back to the great state of AZ, I'll look a sister up and holler and get some of that turkey and eat in the heat.
You want the turkey.
Turkey's good.
That's the vegetarian over here.
I'm a turkey fan. Norma says that she stalked BTP and Jeanette at the farmer's market, and Tracy says, "Good morning, Aurora, and thank you." Tracy, good stuff is going on all the time. Tracy, you were on the names. You were on many people's names yesterday. You can go to the TSA Instagram and ask them what is allowed on the plane, and a lot of times they will give you a humorous explanation. I'll let someone else do that. I won't be the brother who asks the airplane people what I can bring and cannot bring. Okay, so yeah, this was fun.
Absolutely. I've had so much fun this weekend. I'm so happy to be back visiting. I got to see all my friends, pretty much all my friends. And
the only one that counts.
Okay, Jeanette. Yeah, I got to see all my friends. I got to eat all the good food. I got to enjoy the downtown Aurora, the fireworks, the parade, the farmers market, and just walking around downtown Aurora in general. After the parade, we were walking around downtown Aurora. Everybody else kind of disappeared. But I'm like,
the streets emptied out real quick. I noticed that real quick.
It was warm. I think, if you were sitting in the sun for the parade,
it was warm. Yeah,
it steps off at 10 on the 4th of July because it gets so hot. So, you get done around 11 something or whatever. And yeah.
Well, to those people who maybe haven't experienced it, I highly recommend just taking a nice sunny afternoon and walking around downtown Aurora and just seeing all the beauty down there and everything that Aurora has to offer.
Good stuff. All right. So all of you wonderful people, we hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, positive, blessed day today. Please, if you can, as we always tell you, do something nice for another person. Find out a way to get involved and contribute either to our wonderful food pantries or any of our other charitable organizations here in our great, fantastic city.
Or contribute to us. We have a Patreon,
Word up. And we will see all of you great people back here tomorrow morning on the second largest city's first daily news podcast.
Good morning.
Be blessed. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.